Hey Geeks!
So it's Agent Carter review week. Oh snap!
So we have the third episode. If you have not seen it yet, stop watching this video now because we will be discussing spoilery stuff.
Spoiler stuff, and I won't feel bad if you cried because you kept watching.
Yeah, because that's your own damn fault. Because here is your one and only warning. So, starting off, it was another epic episode.
Oh yeah.
I'm starting to expect this almost from.
Oh yeah, I'm loving it. We're only
We're
3
loving
episodes. 3 episodes in, and I'm excited to see the next 5. So.
Oh yeah, no, I'm super stoked. Some interesting stuff. We got to see a more in-depth look at Jarvis and his background.
Because he's pretty much been a mystery until now.
And why he's so loyal to Howard Stark. And also, side note, apologies to all of our fans and fans of Stark. Yeah. We did mistakenly call him Henry Stark in our last Agent Carter video. It had been a long day of shooting and
we apologize.
Yeah, we completely messed it up. It is Howard Stark, not Henry Stark.
And we will offer up spankings.
No.
To you.
No.
Well, I was hoping for a good time. Come on, man.
No. Anyway.
Damn it.
So, but we get to actually see why he's so loyal, which is awesome. You also, in one of the prior episodes, I can't remember if it was the pilot itself or the second episode, that he is very devoted to his wife and how that ties in, and the fact that one of the reasons he is so loyal to Howard is because he actually helped him save his wife,
who is Jewish,
from the Holocaust, essentially.
Yep.
So that's intense. That's deep.
Yeah. Well, the fact that they charge him for treason because he forged his signature basically to save his wife.
Granted.
And then Howard.
Would you have done that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was a military guy, and if it involved saving someone, a member of my family, I would most likely forge something to save my family or a friend. Mm-hmm. You know, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You would risk a military career.
Yeah.
To do that.
Yeah, definitely.
See, that right there, I almost feel is like the ultimate loyalty.
Yeah.
You know, even though I come from a military family as well.
Yeah. And
if it hadn't have been for medical issues, I would have gone into the Marines as well.
Yep, you'd have been like me.
Yep. And so it, like, I understand that.
Yeah.
It's, you know, kind of like you don't leave people behind.
Yeah. I mean, you love your country, but you got to protect your family. But anyway, we're getting off track.
Anyway, that's a whole nother discussion, but we'll probably agree on almost the entire thing.
What did you think about? I thought was like my favorite part of the whole thing was when they find the stash in the fight scene in there.
Oh my God!
She's whooping
some ass. Wrecked him
so fast.
She wrecked his face. Like she just wrecked him. How does she move that fast?
I don't know. What's the actress's name? You're really good with names.
Haley Atwell.
Okay. I mean, she was moving fast, man. I mean, unless they were speeding up the camera, but holy crap, dude.
Dude, she was like ninja-ing that shit.
I was like, shoot.
And I felt almost bad for that guy. Like, he was yoked.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Huge. And she just whooped his ass. And then, like, I loved the banter before the fight actually started.
Oh, yeah.
And he's, you know, like, I'm going to enjoy this. And she goes, you do realize I'm not going to go easily, right? He goes, yeah, that's what they told me. And then, wham! And she just fucking kicking his ass.
It was awesome. I like that. That was cool.
And then I like how Jarvis kind of saves her, and then she ends up saving Jarvis by...
Jarvis, man.
What'd you think of the thing that she used on the dude?
Oh, the muscle contractor?
Yeah, thing. And she goes, oh, that's rather effective. He goes, yeah, not if you want a massage.
If you watch when she hits him in the arm with it, I mean, it almost looks like, if you really look at his arm, it looks like it literally tore his bicep.
Really?
Because
I didn't look at
the muscle
that part
pushes up and does some weird contortion, and I was like, oh dude, look like he just, because he says his arm can't move. So I mean, it's supposed to spasm, but it looked like it ripped his bicep.
I didn't actually look at it that closely. I might have to rewatch that.
Yeah, I
and
was
see.
like, oh.
But that was pretty epic. I'm like, dude, she just tased his arm. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit. And it's like, and I love the fact that she's like, wow, that's rather effective. And Jarvis is like, not if you want a back massage, you know?
Oh.
And it's like, oh. And I also liked the dilemma that you finally see that she is kind of insecure about her place at SSR.
Yeah.
When she was like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to be the hero. And he's like, you can't do that. He goes, because that's not going to clear his name and you're going to end up getting thrown under the bus.
Yeah.
You know?
And even though, like, she works in, this is time era of massive, I would say, I mean, in a way it was women liberation, but also women oppression.
Oh, big time.
And she's in the office and dude gets picked off by, we're not sure who this guy is.
I want to know who this guy is.
I'm really curious because he's watching him. But what I found
Like a
odd is that
creeper.
he killed the guy and the other agent, but didn't take him out while they were already there. You know, so
I mean, it could've
obviously
been
he's done
insane.
after the Stark products. It's something different.
Yeah, there's like knowing.
Um,
Because obviously the dude in the back knew who this guy was.
Yeah.
Because he kept going, no, I didn't tell him anything. Pop.
and the guy that dies is totally
He's a douche.
he's an adulterer.
Yeah, oh God.
He's
total
total douchebag. But you see in Carter that despite his flaws as a person, he still doesn't deserve to die.
Yeah, and they still
know.
care, and she still cares.
Yeah.
Even though she didn't like him, she even said that he was kind of a pig.
Yeah.
He was definitely a misogynist.
Yeah.
You know, probably one of the worst ones on the show so far that we've met. Like, because he was more openly misogynistic than, you know, and he gets offed, and it even affects her personally.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes you think about even people you don't necessarily know or don't necessarily care for, when they die, it still affects you.
Oh, yeah.
Which is totally a real thing. That actually happened to my best friend when my dad died because she couldn't stand him.
Oh, wow.
Because my dad was kind of a homophobic misogynist.
Yeah.
And my best friend, Jesse, is also gay. And he would constantly like pick on her and be a jerk. But when my dad died, she was affected and she was surprised by that.
Yeah,
you know? I like how
you
they're...
can not like aspects of people, but there's still, I think, that human factor in us where you still respect death
Exactly.
and you still respect life.
Like, I like how they're bringing that out in such an epic manner in the show.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome.
You know, and it adds to that reality, and it's just forged in reality.
Yeah, whether you know the person or not, death hurts, and it's like they truly like just driving that home on there, which I thought was cool.
And there's so much human emotion in this.
I'm usually not someone to get offended like very easily, but I'll admit I did get offended in one little part of the episode.
Oh, and which part is that?
When douchebag guy who dies is talking to forget the guy with the that's crippled. And he goes,
Sousa?
dude, just give it up. She's not gonna trade in Stars and Stripes for a guy with a crutch.
That was fucked up. That was a low blow.
Since I have a disability, I was like, that's fucked up, man.
That's especially because he lost that shit in the war.
Yeah,
he got hurt in the war.
That's rough, man. It's like nothing he
to
can
me,
do
that
about
guy's a fucking hero.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing he can do about it. He's got, and he still works. He's still out there doing his shit.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, he's the one who got that lazy asshole off his ass to go out and check out the fucking boat.
Yeah, it just made me hate that guy even more that got shot. He didn't.
Honestly, though, I will say this: I'm glad he's gone because he was annoying.
Oh,
you know,
you sure?
Granted,
you don't want your one Tree Hill Star to die?
No, I want him to die too, but but I'm kind of glad the uber misogynist is gone. The pig.
Yeah.
I'll call him the pig.
The pig. Yeah.
Because like the part at the end when the chief was like, this is all Howard Stark's fault, blah 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 blah. He goes, I'm gonna go call Krasinski's wife. And then One Tree Hill, and he's like, I'm gonna call his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck?
Oh man.
Oh man, some epic parts though. But I love that fight scene The other one, the smaller scene that I liked was when that dude was scaling the place she lives, and she like pulls the gun on him, and he's like, "Whoa!" Like holy crap! And she goes,
You need
you
to
know,
crawl.
next
you need to
next
climb
door.
the next window over.
And he goes, "Can I just?" And she just shuts the window. That was funny.
Yeah.
I love that scene. That scene
was
was great.
awesome.
I will say, okay, so you were offended by that scene.
Yeah.
I would not have survived in that time period because the scene that pissed me off, because I thought it was very clever and how she saved Jarvis from unintentionally admitting to something that wasn't true
Yeah.
because of the threat of being deported.
Yeah.
Like how she saved him from that. At the aftermath of that, when she's getting completely berated by the chief,
Everyone's ignoring her.
and they're treating her like a piece of shit,
Yeah.
you know, and like she's just a dumb broad,
Yeah.
and it's like you have no idea that she is probably the smartest one out of
But
all of you.
Yeah. in
And
there.
she's the one figuring out everything. She is 3 steps ahead of every single one in that office.
Yeah.
The one who's probably gonna, and I'll call it now, the one who's probably gonna figure it out,
It's One Tree.
no, is gonna be Sousa.
You think?
I think, because he's
One Tree's
he's
pretty
gonna
smart.
be, he is, but I think Sousa, but he's blinded by his own, I'm so smart.
True.
I think Sousa's gonna figure out that she's on the case outside of the office.
Okay.
And I think he's gonna end up confronting her about it.
Or help her.
Or help her.
I think you'd help her.
I think he'd confront / help, because
Yeah.
I think he's got a thing for her. And I
Yeah.
think, I can't remember, because I know I can't remember what happens to her later on, because I know when Cap comes back, he goes to see her, and she's like dying in the hospital.
Yeah,
or
she's
whatever.
like
hella
90
fucking
or
old.
something old. Yeah,
I can't
she's-
remember if did she get remarried? Or did she
I-
get married?
I'd have to
I hope
rewatch
so.
that.
Because I don't fucking remember.
Because that's basically First Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'd have to watch that. I think she does remarry.
Or
And
actually marry, because I
yeah,
don't think
or
did
does
it.
marry, yeah, because she never married Captain America. So,
So it's like, I wonder if that would be any, Sousa.
I don't know.
I liked the emotional ending note
yes.
where she went back to the diner where she had kind of,
Kind of snuffed that girl.
yeah, and went back and was like, okay, can we talk?
Yeah.
You know, and I liked the fact that the girl was actually forgiving enough to be like, all right, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then the whole hint that they were totally gonna go get schnockered at the, back at the
She's a bit of a lush, Agent Carter.
a little
yeah,
bit.
Yeah.
But no, I would rate 2 thumbs up. I'd
That
probably
was
give
an
it 2.
excellent episode.
Yeah, I would. The pacing was pretty good. The fight scene was amazing. There was a lot of emotion on
Yeah.
many spectrums.
Oh yeah.
In the episode, I was thoroughly pleased. This show is continuing to amaze me. Like I didn't really have high hopes when it first was announced,
Yeah.
because I was like, I don't know if it's gonna work, because it is a period piece, even though it is Marvel. And I thought the bits of Agent Carter's stuff in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., when they were doing like flashback scenes,
Oh yeah.
were a little slow. And
Yeah.
kind of, they kind of slowed the show down a little. But her in her own show, doing her own thing, kicking ass,
Yeah.
showing how badass she is.
I think this show is definitely going to lay the brickwork down for when they do Captain America Civil War.
Yeah.
The movies. I think this will totally like lay that brickwork, get some people interested in actually knowing what's going on there.
Yeah. So, but I'm beyond pleased. It has blown my expectations. I fully expect the next
Yeah.
episodes to be continue blowing my mind.
Yeah.
So all I have to say is
Yeah. So do you have anything else on it?
no. I'm good.
So totally go check out the show. Agent Carter is kick-ass. ABC's really doing their job.
Yep.
We're going to leave a link below to ABC if you didn't know how
Watch
to get to the show.
abc.com.
And totally watch the show. I think it's awesome.
Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. or 8 Central.
Yep.
You've got to check it out if you haven't already. And we'll see you for our next review
next week.
on episode 4.
Yep.
Later, Geeks!